All right, good morning. Let's get this going. All right, so the first thing we want to take a look at here is our daily outlook. What is our trade plan for the session? We're going to pull up our daily outlook. Downside acceptance below 29,500s. From there, we'll target 370, 350, hold below and reclaim. That's our confirmation. Upside targets or upside acceptance above 539s. If we hold and accept above that, we'll be targeting 700s up to 800s. Cool. Okay. Let's keep looking. So GEX 3 would be our upside trigger. So gamma 3, 530s. Okay. And then we got call resistance at 500s, which is what we're rejecting off of at the current moment. So let's continue to observe where we're at here. So our expected low is the 28,009s. Expected high, 29,706. All righty. All right. We got what we need here. Let's take a look at the 4-hour chart. So 4-hour chart obviously has been in this downtrend. We've got this nice little structure here forming. The real question right now is, are we going to, so 500s at decision point, you see we kind of just traded above and now we're trading back below. Are we going to be able to see price end up creating this next level, this next low? So we did mention that we would be targeting down below if we did fail above the 500 level. So those triggers down below, we're going to be 800s. So that's kind of where we'd be looking for. 800s. That would take us all the way down here to put support. So that would be actually 900s would be the target here for put support. So we're going to be watching 370 here because this is an area where we could see obviously they kind of defended it, right? So we broke under and then we reclaimed that level. So we could see here at one point you rejected it. We actually rejected it multiple times. Technically the exact level would have been our major quarter level right here at 250. So 250 rejection here, 50 rejection here, 50 rejection here. But then we see we closed inside yesterday and then immediately rejected overnight, but we're in this downtrend. So at this point, we have to obviously respect the fact that this is our last point of failure, or the last buyer who bought got trapped, right? So if they are unable to reclaim this buyer here, this point of failure and reclaim, then that's pretty much it for this right here. It's just simply a pullback retest situation. Let's take a look here at our hourly chart and take a look at our daily and weekly profiles. So we basically we're above yesterday's value, but we're also still underneath Wednesday's value. So this is Wednesday's value area. Overnight we traded above and then rejected. So we failed to hold the level here. This is also, I think, Tuesday's value area here. So we have overlapping value areas here. And so we can just see how this zone here kind of just was used to hold price within this range. And then we ended up breaking down from right here. So this was that last point of failure. Also happens to line up with our POC here for the weekly chart. So for me, watching this area here, being that these guys here got trapped above the range, came back below. Now we came back to retest. And if we're unable to stay back inside of this is simply going to be a breakout retest scenario. And then we need to observe how they interact with yesterday's value area high. So if we can start closing back inside value area high, so that value area high is going to be priced at 427. So we're approaching this here. So we could actually see yesterday or overnight, we did break, retest, and hold outside. If they're unable, or if they're able to do the same thing, right, then if that's the case, then maybe we see price come back in, hold again, and come back and try for a second leg up. If not, and this fails, then we would expect maybe an internal rotation and then take it back to the other side of our value area, our other side of the range. In this case, value area low, 268. So 427's here, 268's here. Then our POC's down below. 325s, is that our POC? Oh, 300s, or 250 points underneath the current price. So we'll see how we interact now as we start moving back into yesterday's value, if we are able to find some bids and support price, or do we end up failing and rotating back down and continue this downtrend. So we'll see what they do here today. It's our 32-bar Renko chart. And we do have a completion here of a W pattern. So we're already beginning to see this rejection right at 500s. And now we're pulling back. So this technical pattern could hold bullish all the way up into this area here. So this is a possibility right here. The other scenario is, again, if we continue to fail and we end up rejecting, so we have our inversion here, then price should fail to create a second leg up, and then we can look for price action to confirm that downtrend. So right now it's pretty aggressive. We're seeing here on the 1 minute chart, price just dumping hard here at the open. We're going into the open. So hopefully we can catch a little piece here. Let's go to the 8-bar Renko chart. We got this larger M pattern here that just printed right here at 450s. So we do have our pullback zone up at 500s and 510s. So this means that price could technically pull all the way back. And this could still technically be a valid setup here. But we're bullish overnight, obviously. What is this area here? Yeah, very nice W pullbacks, M patterns. Just right now we've got this active leg that we're just dumping in right now. So right now, current 460 tick dump from 500s. All right, so let's see what we get here. We got 30 seconds here for the open. Good luck. It's Friday. Gonna take it easy here today. Not trying to push it too hard. Yesterday was a red day, but Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday was a green day. We're green days, so we want to continue to keep it up. So hopefully today we can catch a few trades, low stress setups, kind of have our game plan here coming into the session. So we saw that big rejection at 500s, and let's see if they give us a chance to participate. Morning, Mike. All right, here we go. 18 seconds, guys. Welcome to the stream. Nice to meet you guys. Or good to see you guys if you're back again. It's not your first time here. All right, let's see. Nice little pop. They give us a 50, 75% move here on this M. Here's our B point. There's a big pop there. Let's see if these guys are going to drive it back up. Oh, sorry, the market's not open yet. We still got 2 minutes. 2 minutes, my bad. I was like, wait a minute. Yeah. Minute and a half. All right, so we've already got some two areas that we need to pay attention to: 525, 425. So we got this 100-point range that we're playing in at the moment. So about 450 ticks. So we'll see. You know, we're now at the middle of this range. Well, let's see, as we now reclaim 475s, are they going to hold 475s? And then if so, maybe look for a pushback to put support, call resistance at 29,500s. Nice sweep there. They swept right under 450s. So basically retested yesterday's value high. So on the hourly chart, our value area high was at 427.75. So we literally just tagged and rejected it. But we'll see. It would have been a pretty good scalp there. Pretty tough entry, but you could have caught that reclaim of 450. But yeah, we'll see. Just gonna see what type of situation we can get here. So we got points of failure above 525s. So we rejected, have inversions. And as of right now, I wouldn't call this a point of failure yet, but 450 might be where we have a seller point of failure, but it could simply just be a pullback. So we'll just see what they do here in 3 seconds. Good luck. Good luck. Sheesh. Violent, eh? It was violent. A violent drop there. Let's see if they're going to take out those lows. They're back under 450. Are they going to reclaim 450s? Not seeing any significant liquidity yet in the book. Flows are starting out the session positive. ATR is 445 ticks a minute at the moment. 30-minute ATR is 217 ticks for the 30 minutes. Those are still positive. Okay. Take a look at the big 32 bar Renko chart. So what they gave us here was a pullback. Let's drop our support resistance bands here so we can see they came into this inversion, hit it, and then rejected. So we'll see now if they're going to continue pushing lower against this impulse leg as we start approaching now our mid. We have also our volatility threshold, gamma level, 370s. So below this, we should anticipate more velocity and aggression. Above it, more stabilized. Right now, market is selling off. So we've got pretty consistent selling now for the last few minutes. Let's see. So we're now under 400s. So we're back inside yesterday's value area. And we're creating some distance from it. So looks like we are beginning to migrate lower. So we shall see. Pretty much a straight shot from 525. Gave pretty nice rejection there. So we'll see as we start approaching 320s, 300s if they find any type of support here in this area. Maybe they're trying to migrate to the other side of our Enzo bands. What's our volatility threshold? We have GEX 4 here, so we'll see if there's going to be any type of support that pops up here in this cluster, this gamma cluster. Doesn't look like it. Looks like they're ripping right through. Flows are negative. Look at that. Oof. That is a nice M pattern there. So the M gave us the pullback. There was a continuation, and now we're just dropping like a tot. So there's our threshold, volatility threshold here, 375s. We have 1,400 contracts here on the offer. Geez, are they going to fill those offers? Let's see if they're going to be able to fill that offer. You can see here on the book map, 1,400 contracts. Big buying coming in. They actually executed those contracts. So someone just bought 1,400 contracts that were for sale. So those orders actually executed. Let's see if they end up dropping price after that, and then we find a real bids down here. Usually what happens is they'll put a large offer, and if they do fill that offer, you usually see price move away from it afterwards and then come back and take control. But price action is always number one, guys. Price action is number one. The order flow precedes what you should anticipate on price action. So there's the rejection, like I mentioned. They fill the orders, and from there we're moving away from it. So that looks like buyers unable to lift that offer. So that's a pretty large seller there at 380s, 1,400 contracts. We'll see 380s, 390s. There's the bid they're going to fill. So you put that 100 contract bid now at 340s. We're now trading below the 6 a.m. low. Now we are cracking back inside our prior value area low, or value area, sorry. So there's 350. So there was evidence of buying here, but they were not able to take control of the auction at that moment in time. Doesn't mean they won't take control of it. It just means at that moment in time, it's not ready yet, right? So look at the volatility threshold level here. Let's see if they're going to give us some opportunities. No, rejected there. So nice little rejection of 370. So we have this little structure here, breakout for another leg. We pulled back. And now let's see if they continue lower, because we have this area here, these other pivots. These pivots are from prior swing lows from the overnight session. And the market's just dumping, you know, the market's just selling off. So, but where's it going? Like, is it going to keep going all the way down? Like, that's the question, right? So there's only two scenarios here, right? So what this is telling us here is that we're in an active one leg down. So this is the pivot, this is the rotation up. Here's a leg down. Okay, so right now we're just waiting to see, do we end up taking out this low, or do we end up finding some support and then we start a new rotation higher, creating another leg up? And this second leg, there's only two scenarios here. The second leg can either be a lower high or a higher high. Or in this scenario, this could become a higher low or a lower low. We don't know yet, right? So this is kind of why we're waiting to see. What we do know is this W pattern has completed. And usually when a W is complete, you're going to get a rotation. So I like to buy the W's, but I also can sell these W's. That's why these patterns are pretty effective if you understand how to layer it with context, because there's technically two trades built into one pattern. All right, so we're still pushing. We're now approaching our mid. We're approaching our mid. We'll see if there's going to be any type of activity here. It's like you could see, for instance, in this M pattern, when they reclaimed this mid, that was kind of like the bullish rotation from there. So same thing can happen here. If they end up breaking through this area here, then this could eventually become used as resistance for move lower. At the same time, we could also potentially look for a trade off this level too. So watching 325s here. It's also our daily open print. We're beginning to pause here at that mid. But let's see, market is pretty heavy. Looking at book map, we can see, what is this price? That is 330s, 325s. Delta's pretty heavy here. Let's see. Watching 330s. This is also Globex opening print, guys. This is the Globex opening print. So we have a confluence of levels here in this area. Let's see if we can get a little scalp opportunity here. I don't recommend taking these type of trades because you're going against heavy selling. Heavy selling. So that's already a quick cut there, it looks like. Let's see. Yeah, we're going to cut that, take that scalp, take that off. If I'm going to try to counter it, I'm going to size down. This is still pushing into the level here, so just watching to see. Beginning to pause here at this level, so we'll see if they're going to give a, what you call it here, displacement through. But watching 325 on Bookmap. Okay. I'm going to take that long now off that mid. And let's see if we can get a reversal bar up here of some sorts. Are they going to be able to sustain this? We have a point of failure here. If we get above 370s, remember that large buyer up in this area here? We'll see what happens if they can come back to this area. So there's a long. Scalp's already at break even. Let's see if they can give us a little bit of a push here. There'll be a manual cut. I'm just going to give it some space here to just breathe a little bit. Watching 350s. See if we get at least a reversal bar here off this mid. Doesn't look like it though. $350 acting as resistance. $159 contracts here at 360s. Buyers are still here. I mean, they're technically are buying up these offers, but we need the price action to show us that they're able to overpower this sell pressure that we're currently experiencing. Well, it doesn't look like it. They just filled those offers and they got stuffed. Just trying to get a reversal break here on our big Renko, our 32 bar chart. But I don't know if they're going to be able to do it here. A little bit more. A little bit more. Mm-hmm. And that's it. That one failed. I sized down for that one. The buyer strike twice, couldn't do it. All good. Market is heavy at the moment, but we're in this zone, so we're just watching to see. 15-minute candle's about to close here in a minute and a half. They start getting under this, then we start watching to see if we're going to take out this low down here at 200s. Man, what a big move, huh? Jeez. There's our opening range. Nice sweep there of that opening range. That was quick sweep and reclaim. Let's see if they're gonna continue to push this lower, or are we gonna get somewhat of a little pop here? Let's take a look at the chart here. They're gonna give a reversal break here. Okay, we'll try one more time. Let's see if I don't get stuffed again. Yeah, they're still stuck here at the 350s. Yeah, leg up. Can we get a new second leg? Can we get a W here that breaks? If we can get that, then we might see some offers up top that are being thrown out here get filled, and maybe we get a retest where they bought 1,400 contracts. They're stalling here, watching 350. What we're trading in is this bigger W pattern pullback situation here, but we're not getting that follow through. I think 350 is going to fail again. I'll cut that. Still holding up against 350s. And we might get continuation lower here. We're just going to sit sidelines. Taking small cuts. Small little cuts here. Funny how they're just like stalling right here in the zone. I mean, quite interesting. They're just waiting to see what they're going to do here. They're just kind of sticking to this 350 resistance level, and below it's like 325s. So we're kind of just stuck in this little range. Which way are we going to break? We're back inside yesterday's value, so we start closing here in the next 9 minutes. Then we could probably anticipate a test of the opening yesterday's value area low. And that would take us down to 250s as the level we'd probably pay attention to. We'll be watching for this pivot right here to see if this is where they're going to take it. But they're still hanging out in the zone. I mean, they're literally just like really trying to just trade through 300s here. So we'll see if they're going to be able to get this displacement now. Looks like it right now. We're going to get this move through 300s. Oh, volume is super negative today. Okay, we got an M watching here. Let's see. That's the little pivot here, the mid. And let's see if they're going to stay heavy here. What time is it? I'm going to wait till the 30-minute candle closes for anything, but just watching what they're going to do here at 300s. So our POC for the current session is at 340s. So we're trading underneath the POC of the current session. And so we'll see if we end up staying heavy below. And we just hit 100% mark of this M pattern, so that's a completion point. Let's see. What time is it? 5 minutes left here for the 30-minute to close. 4 hour to close, 1 hour to close. We just tagged value area low on the 1 hour chart. And a pretty big reaction there, 142 ticks as we start popping back above 300s. Well, let's see. We got some resistance here. They're going to reject it resistance, or are they going to start reclaiming? So we're back under 300s, watching what they do here. So we got a first leg up. Are they going to just immediately give us a second leg down and get a break retest here of the opening range low? 300s, 312s. So you can see now we've made that full rotation from above yesterday's value high now to the low value area low. So we'll see if they're going to break through this area or if we end up finding a bid down here. So this was basically, it could be a potential retest of this 325 level, or sorry, 250 level. So we'll see. So the daily opening price, 317s, right? So that's our daily open. So that means that we're currently red on the day, but we're still near the opening print. So we just need to be mindful of that. Yesterday's low is at 202. Back under 300s here. There's the short. I'm not taking it just because of the timing, but that would be the potential play there. So yesterday's low looks like we're heading towards there. So 29,200s. So that would have been the short on the reclaim of 300s. Then you could target 250s, target these lows, potentially target yesterday's low if you're going to swing a position. Well, it's just the timing for me. I didn't want to take it right at the end of the candle closing here. That 30-minute candle's pretty big. So maybe the next bar. I mean, the market is pretty bearish, so the next bar could just open up and just keeps going. But usually after a big candle like this, we're going to usually see maybe like a little bit of inside action. So we'll see. See, they're already bouncing back at this 275 level. Are they going to reclaim 300s here? Just watch what happens here at 300. See if we get a pop and then a rejection. So technically, on a larger perspective, like this big pullback, this big leg up, we're still in a pullback here, forming a first leg. So, I mean, that's kind of where we're at still. So until we actually break through this low here, you know, this is still has a potential, right? That this could just give us a second leg or start of a second leg. Doesn't mean it's going to go all the way to the high. But yeah, from this entry right here short, we've got this pretty nice extension. So this is what we're dealing with right now, this structure. We're testing our opening range low again. See if they're going to reject. It's also settlement price, 300s. New 30-minute candle just opened up. Immediate drive higher. We're rejecting at 325, so are they going to reject 325s? There's a rejection back under 300. Got a W formation here. This is going to be a failed W. It looks that way. They have a tight entry here. Stops right there at that mid. In case they decide they want to reclaim. Well, I'm pretty sure it's not going to work out. So this is a low probability setup here. We've already rejected the opening range quite a few times. Yeah, it's failing. Yeah, I should have done. I don't know why I'm trying to find the. I don't know why I'm trying to buy this. It's stupid. Yeah, as soon as he got back under that mid, that was pretty much it. I should have respected my stop. I'm just trying to see if we're gonna find any support here at value low from yesterday, or if we're gonna break through this thing. So just waiting to see if we can accept through either below 275 or we start trying to get back above 350s. But right now, everything's staying heavy, everything's staying bearish. Just stick with the trend for the moment. Looks like they're trying to reclaim here, 300s again. It's been a pretty choppy downtrend in the sense that if you look at a 1 minute chart, it's just been pretty tight compression, just consolidation. Then we drop, then we consolidate, then we drop. And now we're taking out this M pattern. So it looks like this is the reclaim right here. Well, gotta wait. As we start trying to take back up. They're trying to get back above the opening Globex open print here. So let's see. 32 bar still just churning here at the opening range low. Five-minute got some resistance here. 300, so I'm just gonna wait. This is kind of what I was waiting for. Get that failed M pattern now, so that kind of confirms a bullish rotation. But can they hold these levels? I mean, that's what it boils down to. Can they hold it up? Otherwise, it's just a retest here of some 5-minute resistance. Got the VWAP right here. And maybe we see this continuation pop. We'll see. It looks like they may attempt here. So we got a leg up, but that's not enough. Not enough. Not yet. Yeah, this would have been good right there. So now they're trading back through 300s. We're above 325s. Are they going to be able to hold? We're testing the VWAP. So that value area low is kind of like the area of support that I was kind of paying attention to. And so when we tagged it, we saw that for initial reaction. That's why I got long on that next setup that took place. But they ended up slicing it one more time. And they're back inside now, testing this range. So we're just going to see if they're going to break out or just pull back or what they're going to do. But they are rejecting here 325s at the moment. We know the main resistance area is 350. So there's that rejection here. Let's see what type of situation they give here. 10 o'clock opening price, came below, came back up. Are we going to cross back under and continue short? Or do we hold up here a little bit and they start somewhat of a little bit more of a retracement? So the hourly chart literally just closed under POC, tagged value low, and now we're just kind of basing right here in this area. Let's see if they're going to end up giving us another leg down. Buyers trying to get this second leg up. Let's see if they can do it. Still got a lot of resistance here, 350s. Buyers getting stuck here at this area. Got this inversion right here, but I'm still anticipating they're going to give a second leg up. So just kind of waiting for that to get done. So we got this break, pull back, maybe get a second leg, and then fail. I'm going to trap these buyers here. Let's see. Watching 300s. There's the break. Let's see if we stay heavy under 300s. Let the buyers try again and fail, and then there could be continuation short. Just got to be careful. 268s, 250s, that area. A 5-minute resistance right around 300s, 330s. That's where we rejected from. It's also the opening range low, where we basically tried to get back inside. They failed, rejected the exact area. The key area of interest would have been Globex opening print. So Globex open was where we were basing around 940. We moved away from it, came back to retest, we held, and then rejected again. And we also had the VWAP there too, acting as resistance. So 328 was the VWAP. That's where we had the buyers try 2 times. So a 2-try fail. So what that looks like here on a 1-minute chart is you see buyers push up, get the first push, They try again, boom. In this case, it was actually twice, two retries. So the first leg up, then the second try, third try, couldn't do it, and then that's it. They give up. And then once these guys start trading underneath, right, you get this up close candle, we start breaking below. That's pretty much it, right? That's pretty much the end for the buyers there. They get liquidated, and it's sayonara. And that's it. That was it there. Price making its way through 268's value area low. Let's look at the 4-hour chart here. 4-hour chart. Just watching this candle here to see if they're going to take out this low of yesterday. We're tap dancing here. We're teasing that 250 level. Teasing 250s. And we just hit 50% M here. Let's see if they're going to drive it now. There's that continuation pullback. Buyers are trying again here at 250. Get rejected here. Let's see. We get that rejection back under 275s. And maybe get that displacement now to yesterday's low. But interesting level here, you know, it's a kind of a difficult level for me to try to sell into a 250, even though it feels like they're going to break out and displace to yesterday's low. It's just hard. I missed the entry. The entry should have been here at the open when we were above the open. So when we had that buyer failure, that should have been the entry. I missed it. I didn't take it. I've already taken some cuts, so I'm kind of just waiting. I'm just chilling, just trying to get in sync with the market here. But to sell here 250 is hard because this is a level we've not been able to break through on the higher time frames. And last time we did break through it, we rotated up 250 points. That's what's difficult about it. So I'd be very careful about selling 250. I mean, you can do whatever, you know, but at least that's why I'm not taking any trades at the moment. It's pretty difficult at this location. Yeah, Delta's just crazy negative. Yesterday's low. Here we go. It's incoming. 200s. Got bid stacking too, so that could be a magnet there, and it just pick it out. Pulling back price before they took out the low from yesterday. What are they going to do here? ES is creating a higher low while at, is that right? Yeah, ES is creating a higher low. Well, we just created a lower low. Got some divergence going on here. All right, this is the pullback before the break of yesterday's low. Let's see. Big W here. Let's see if it fails. Let's see. We got 5 minutes left here for the IB to get set. Nice 200 contracts stuck here at 280. So they bought up here in this area, and now they're stuck. But the timing, we shall see. 250, we're testing 250s again. Are they going to take out these guys right here? Or is this going to be a potential pullback and then take it up one more time and then maybe let it go? It's a difficult area. Remember, we're still hanging out at a major support level from yesterday. They pulled back and the mid did hold. So the mid here held at the moment on this W. So it feels like they're going to give a second leg up here. Maybe try to push back into the VWAP. Maybe even clear out these guys first before they take out the low. Well, we'll see. But if we're going to watch now to see. They got this first push, pull back. They held in the mid. And now we're going to see if we get an extension here. But I'm not taking that trade at the moment. Just watching, just waiting to see. Let's see if they can break this high. Let's see if the buyers are going to fail here on this attempt, or if they're going to actually succeed. Okay, they're about to break the high and get a second leg up. So that's the first second leg up we've gotten all session. And will there be any follow through here? Usually we'll anticipate a move to like the 50% target, 100% target, but market's pretty bearish, so I don't know. And I think what we could then look for, if it does end up completing, it fails, then we can get the short on the completion of this move. So maybe up here, and then we look for the move back down. That would be better. I'd feel much better about taking that short away from 250s, but the price is beginning to pump and retest our prior resistance areas around 300. So take a look at the 1 minute chart. If you're not clear on what I'm talking about, yeah, this area here, this last point of failure for the buyers right here, these guys, they got stuck and boom, they took it down. So a lot of times what they'll do is they'll come back to these areas here and just kind of like trade back through it real quick. And then once we get back under again. So yeah, multiple points of failure. So right here too, same, this is actually the area right here, to be honest. This is like the area. So that zone right there. Let's wait for that new 30-minute candle to open up. That last 30-minute candle looks like it's going to be a fail too. They're closing back inside. They also failed to take out that prior low, so it's kind of sketchy, guys. ES is creating a higher low. I don't know. It's a little weird. It's a little weird price action going on here. I know the 250 level is a major support level too, so just trying to see what they're going to do. Okay, I'm going to try the short there on that failure. Yeah, I'll have to do this today, Jerry. Watching 300s here. Looking for low day from yesterday. They're still holding up though. I'm going to cut that. Let them drive up one more time here at the open. With the 30-minute candle. I might take this out here first before they actually drop it. Yeah, new templates will be out today. So we get this push through 300 and then fail. Exactly. That's why I'm very hesitant about shorting this area here on NQ. NQ's not even that red on the day. I mean, we're technically only 0.1% red. 250 is that level. That's why I'm like, sketch. I think this is going to be that moment of truth where we see exactly what's going to happen here. I mean, at least with the NQ, if we get more down, then I'd be targeting that 200 level. But I'm also not opposed to seeing this thing rotate back up to the highs and we trade back inside the mid of the opening range. And maybe just go sideways here for a Friday. We'll see. ES is basing above its GEX 5, right under 0 gamma. So we'll see. Exactly. Overnight action, it's tough. You can't trust it sometimes, most of the time. I think the main thing is just kind of looking at the ranges on this hourly. Like, we know we're bearish. Like, we failed to accept above 500. This is a Thursday's or Wednesday's value area. Consolidated, break below, came back in just to retest, and now we're back inside. But the location now for me is this obviously can't short down here. It's tough. We're already in support. So I feel like we're just going to rotate, above the range and below the range from value yesterday. And that's what it feels like. That's what it seems like. So this big down candle obviously is kind of like, oof, you would think we would get that second leg down. But then if you look at the 4-hour chart, we're just retesting this wick here. We took out the wick already. They've already slammed it a few times. And we just haven't been able to get any acceptance below 250 for like 2.5 days, or a day and a half, I'd say. Yeah, a day and a half. What time was this? August 20th, right? So since yesterday. But it's tough to be a buyer here too, right? It's tough to be a buyer here too, because the buyers keep failing, but the sellers are also, they're succeeding. They're getting the lower lows, but we're not really getting these extensions. We're not really getting that impulse move. It feels kind of like positive gamma vibes, the way we're grinding. Like, you look at a 1-minute chart, it's like really, really compressed. Like, let's get, I mean, this is basically what we see here. We consolidated here, we dropped, came back into the consolidation. Same thing happens here again. We consolidate again, get above the consolidation, back below, and now we're back inside this consolidation again. So this range now is acting like our pivot. So we're just kind of like rotating. That's what makes it difficult. So we did release the range, but then we came immediately right back inside. It reclaimed. So now just got to see if the buyers are going to succeed in getting a second leg up. And if they do, then maybe they target this liquidity, this area here, these guys, which would also be call resistance on NDX, which would be 331s. So maybe take out this pivot here. And then I think what I would anticipate, if this is going to go up, what they're going to do is probably try to close back under 275s and then reclaim it again and take it back up. So that's kind of what it looks like they're going to try to do. But I don't know. I still think if they do want to get bearish, they can take out that low from yesterday, sweep that liquidity. But we'll see. We'll see what it is. It's kind of like 50-50, but flows are negative. Delta is beginning to catch up. I mean, it was pretty heavy on the daily. It was like negative 15,000 delta, and now we're only 10. So this might be the play here. So let's see if they do start breaking down here. There'll be buyers here who could get stuck. So this guy right here. So we'll see. We also don't want to forget this guy right here. So this is technically support area. So we're just watching here at 75 level, 275. Renko charts now giving us a first leg down. So I'd like to see them try again, and then maybe we get the second leg down. So we got the first leg up, second leg up. They completed the push. We got that extension. Buyers for the first time succeeded in getting second leg, and now we're pulling back. 5 minute is trying to break down here. They did reject that 300 level, but they're sweeping and holding, so it's iffy. It's iffy. What's ES doing? ES is beginning to push lower too, so we'll see what happens here. It's been holding GEX 5, 7680s. Looks like it's finally beginning to release. Let's see. Let's watch. They're trapping. So right here, we had the buyers try, boom, fail. Let the sellers come in and take over. Let the buyers try again and then fail, and then that might confirm the breakdown. The breakdown, that let them try at least 2 times. At least 2 times. It's the first time the buyers failed here on this current structure. There's that second attempt. Is that it? Might be it. I don't know. It's trappy. It's tricky. I know we got these rejection wicks on the 1 minute, but I don't really trust that. Exactly. You see that? Exactly. That's a little better, actually. Exactly. I took the short on the second attempt there. They hit it. Let's see if I don't get trapped here. It could probably just come back one more time, create that rotation, then get the failure. That's the only issue. So if they do start reclaiming back above open print, then I think I'll cut this. Watching here to see. Yeah, they are. I'm cutting that one. Let them do their thing. They trapped. That would be the preferred entry on that break. So now if we fail here, that would be a better entry. Watching. Are they going to squeeze here for another leg up, or is this it? So now I'll try that last end. I'll try one more time here. See if we can get back under the opening price. Or was this just a trap and I'm going to squeeze this thing up? So if this buyer fails here, if we get this failure here, that would give us the momentum we need to take out low from yesterday. Let's see if we can get down there. And they're still holding up. You're still holding up here. Come on, boys, flip it down. Let's get that back under the opening print for 1030 and get that move lower. There we are. Come on, get back under. Take out that. I need them to get back under this guy right here. This little pop here, that bullish pop. We just need to see price get back under that. If not, then this may push again a little bit more. Just waiting for this failure to see who's failing this time. Let's go. Come on. There we go. Now I need displacement through this low here. And then we can maybe see price give us what we need. I need to break the mid of this W. Once we get through these yellow arrows here, let me get rid of this on this W. Then now we're good. Now we're safe. Okay. Now we got the M pattern here. Once we get through the mid of this W, that whole move up gets trapped, and then we can liquidate all these fuckers. Let's go. They're not done yet, though. Still holding support here. Ugh, stopped out break even. That's tough, man. These guys are holding up here, so that's actually interesting to see that. And maybe it's no longer about the downside now. The sellers had their chance to take it out. The control couldn't hold control below 275s multiple times. Let's see. Let's see. We had 100 ticks on that one, but tagged out break even on that pop. So sellers got stuck there. So they're going to try to break out this range, maybe? I don't know. We'll see. 15-minute chart. Let's pull that up real quick. Try again, short, one time. Watching that 300 level. Are they going to drive this up? Let's see. Looks like they're going to try here. Watching 300s. Watching 300s here. Remember, this is still resistance, guys. So even though they took out that, you see these big candles here breaking out. It's just, we're still banging our head against 300. I think they're going to try to ram this high here. And I think that might be over for me today, guys. Let's see. We're hoping that 300 stays heavy. This stays acts as resistance here. The sellers are trapped though under 325, so they could squeeze this one more time. So, and it looks like that's what they're going to do. Okay, I'm out of that. All right, gang, I'm going to call it here for the stream. I'm taking another red day here, but I'm just going to end it early because it's Friday. I'm not trying to get more red. So we'll be back on Monday. And yeah, we'll just continue to do what we do each and every day. It's not the best action here. Pretty choppy stuff. I'm sure it's going to give us a nice move. I just, we just need to just allow it to do its thing and just reclaim resistance so that way we know that the buyers are truly in control. But at this point, I'm going to call it here. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll be back Monday. I will have these templates and updates for the indicators by the end of the day. So just stay tuned. We'll send an email out or post in Discord. Thanks for tuning in, guys. You guys have a good rest of your session and trade safe. Have a good weekend.